You're watching Untitled, and welcome back. As you can see the title of this video, I am redoing my KISS ranking from a year ago because a lot has changed. I don't really revisit bands if things don't change a lot, but I was finishing off the KISS collection. I finally did. Yep. They have 20 studio albums. I have all 20 of them, so it's going to be easy for me to do this ranking because I have all 20 of them. I don't have to go looking them up. I don't have to look them up on Spotify. I don't have to have anything open while I do the video. So it's kind of going to be more of a more fluent video here. They have 20 studio albums, like I said before. I have it out of 19. I did not remove one off here. It's just that there's a tie, and I tried to not have a tie on this video, but I couldn't decide between two albums that are quite big. So, number 19, starting it off, music from the Elder. This one is to be expected at number 19, or the worst KISS album. And there's no bad KISS album. I like them all. I like every single release that they've ever done. The Elder is my least favorite with a 7.5 out of 10. Some of the songs are quite boring. Some of them are it's too long. The album is too long. I don't like the whole thing where they did the orchestra music. It's a good album. There is some good stuff on here, like Only You, Just a Boy, that one, Odyssey. There's some good ones on here. It's just some of the other ones are just not up to par with what I would expect KISS to be doing. So yeah, that's what I think of that one. I'm trying to figure out a place to put them, since I have two stacks here, since their discography is so big. Number 18, another one that people expect to be right here, which is Carnival of Souls, The Final Sessions, the grunge KISS album. I used to dislike this album heavily. I used to hate it. I used to hate on it. I used to not like it. But re-listening to it, I can say that it is definitely above average for. It's actually good. It's 9.3. It's still coming in at number 18. The song Hate has that weird drum thing in it. You know how I feel about songs that start out albums? If I don't like the song that starts out the album, yeah, I don't. It's not. There's only really one song that I dislike on this album, and that's the one. That's why it's so low, is because it's the first song. I really want a good opener when I listen to an album. This is not one I go back to. Songs like Childhood's End, Jungle, In My Head. Yeah, those are like the standout tracks on this album. So, Carnival of Souls, I'm kind of trying to go through it fast because I don't want to be here forever. Number 17, here's a controversial pick. A lot of people like this album. A lot of people put it up high, which is Lick It Up at number 17. It's a 9.5. There's another one on this list with a 9.5 as well. I think Young and I don't really like the song Young and Wasted too much. It's one of the ones I don't like. That's mostly the only one that I don't like, but it's like one I really don't like. Like, I will skip it when I listen to this album. It's so competitive between albums that one song will bring it down. Like, that's how hard it was to do this ranking because of how big of a fan of KISS that I am, and how I like almost everything that KISS does. There's no bad album, let's say that. Yeah, Young and Wasted is the only thing on this album I don't like. It's got that I just don't like the song. A lot of the other good ones on here And the Eighth Day is probably my favorite, and Lick It Up. Exciter's a good starter. Like, the starter and the end track are both great. Number 16, Sonic Boom from 2009. Yeah, I think it was a 9-year gap between, like a 10-year gap between releases from Carnival of Souls to this album. Modern Day Delilah, I don't hate the song, but I don't like the song at the same time. It's kind of like a Russian Roulette. That's one of my favorite ones on here. Never Enough. Yes, I Know, Nobody's Perfect. Stan. Hot and Cold. That's one of my favorite ones on here too. I really like those songs that have a lot of attitude and bite to them. Danger Us. That's a great one. I Am an Animal. Say Yeah. I don't like that one at all. I think the song's way too like cheesy. It's way too cheesy. Modern Day Delilah. I didn't really like take off anything for it because it's a good song, but it's not as good as the other ones on here. The other ones are just amazing. All for the Glory. That one is that one's sung by someone other than Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons. So that's another great plus about this album. They let the other members on vocals. Yeah. Number 15, and that one was 9.5. You didn't know. Number 15, Hot in the Shade, the first 80s album to be featured. The problem with this one is it is too long. With 15 songs, it is way too long. The Street Giveth and the Street Taketh Away. I don't like that song. I really don't. I don't think it's that good. King of Hearts. King of Hearts is fantastic. It's one of the best ones on here. Betrayed's it's not that good. Hide Your Heart. Prisoner of Love. Read My Body. Rise to It is starting. Yeah, everything except those two tracks are good on this album. That's why it's down here with 9.6. Number 14 is Revenge from 1992. I think, what's the one song that's Paralyzed, I think it is. Paralyzed? Yeah, that song. There's only one song I dislike on that album, and that's the song. So that's why it's down here. Unholy, Take It Off, Tough Love, Spit. God Gave Rock and Roll to You. That's a fantastic song. And they do something with the American National Anthem on soloing on this album for some reason. Another plus. Domino, Heart of Chrome, that's my favorite one off here. Thou Shall Not, Every Time I Get You, Paralyzed, I Just Wanna, that's another good one. And then Car Jam. The Car Jam is awesome. I like that track on this album. It's a good addition. Then number 13, Monster, their 2012 release, the last release and probably the final release if they don't get back together and do another tour. But you know, it's Kiss. They might. They're like Ozzy. They say no more tours, and then, well, there's more tours after that. Like 2 years later, they decide to go on tour again. Hell or Hallelujah, amazing track to start. Wall of Sound, Freak, that's my favorite one. Freak. Back to the Stone Age, Shout Mercy, Long Way Down. That one's the iffy one. It's a 9.8. Eat Your Heart Out, another good one. Devil Is Me, another good one. I think that one's Gene Simmons too. The Devil Is Me. Out of This World, All for the Love of Rock and Roll, Take Me Down Below, and Last Chance. The last album that I had to get, and it was a bitch to find this album. It was a complete bitch to find this album for my collection, and yeah, it needs to be re-released. Because I could not find it anywhere. I had to go to a store and actually order it. And it took a while to get. Number 12, here's a controversial pick. The last list I had this one down at like 18 or not 18, but like 17, I think it was. It moved up a lot. That's why I did this list over. 12 with Dress to Kill from 1975. 75. Yeah, 75. Yeah, starts off with Room Service. This is perfect 10 out of 10, this first one. 10 out of 10, not rip rating yet. Room Service, Two-Timer, Ladies in Waiting, Getaway, Rock Bottom, Come On and Love Me, Anything for My Baby, She, Love Her All I Can, and Rock and Roll All Night. What to say about this album? Perfect all the way through, but not as good as like 13 or 12 other records. It's not as good as 12 other ones. I might be miscounting because of a tie, but oh well. It's not as good as all the ones up above it. Room Service is probably one of my favorite Kiss songs ever. It's one of the dirtiest Kiss songs ever. She, definitely a classic. Ladies in Waiting, Rock and Roll All Night, classic stuff, classic Kiss album, love it every time I listen to it, but just prefer other ones over it. Number 11 is another one that I had to get that was a bitch to find, which is Psycho Circus, the second 10 out of 10. Psycho Circus, the title track is just fucking awesome when he starts out with that just absolutely crazy, like, yell or projection. It's like, and then you look at the record and Ace Frehley and Peter Criss is back on the album. It's the first one and the last one with them because they didn't rejoin the band when they did the records. And they did Sonic Boom and Monster. And the second track, Within, it's the heaviest Kiss song. Let's just say that. It's the heaviest that Kiss has ever got. And with the original lineup on it, I pledge allegiance to the state of rock and roll. In its void, we are one. You wanted the best. Raise your glasses. That little like ticking thing in there is not. I don't really like that, but it's still. I finally found my way. Dreaming and a journey of 1,000 years. Sounds like. It doesn't sound like the classics. Let's just say that it sounds heavier and more intense than what the classics would be. Number 10 is where the rip rating starts, with Dynasty at number 10. Yeah, classics. I Was Made for Loving You, 2000 Man, Shared Letter Something, Dirty Living, Charisma, Magic Touch, Hard Times, X-Ray Eyes, my favorite one on there, X-Ray Eyes, and Save Your Love. Disco Kiss. They blend their original style of hard rock and roll with disco, and I don't know how the fuck they pulled it off. And I'm swearing because this is what I do on the channel. Yeah, I don't know how they pulled it off. I really don't. I Was Made for Loving You is like a classic. It even survived a TikTok trend. Let's just say that it even survived. Kiss can even survive fucking TikTok trends. They can. Their band could survive anything. Let's just say that. Their band could survive anything, even a TikTok trend. I'm gonna put these ones back over here so I can go to the next pile, and I have to deal with that dumping and all my CDs breaking. Number 9 is where the tie happens, and that is between Hotter Than Hell and Love Gun. At number 9. This is how I rank Kiss. So this is how I prefer their albums, like over another. Can't decide between Love Gun and Hotter Than Hell. Yeah, let's just. Number 1 on Hotter Than Hell is Got to Choose. Then 2, Parasite. Going Blind, Hotter Than Hell. Let Me Go, Rock and Roll, All the Way, Watching You. Mainline's a favorite of mine with Parasite. Coming Home and Strange Ways. Classic rock Kiss. Like, Has, I think, that rock and roll sound they're well known for in the 70s. And Love Gun, I Stole Your Love, Christine 16 classic, Got Love for Sale, Shock Me, the classic, I think it's Ace Frehley, the classic Ace Frehley song, Tomorrow and Tonight. Tomorrow and Tonight's my favorite one. Love Gun, the almost metal style riff that they start out with. Hooligan, the Peter Criss song on the album. Almost Human, Plaster Caster, and then She Kissed Me. Amazing stuff. Classic stuff. Love it. And number 8, Asylum from the 80s. Probably my, yeah, it has, who was on the guitar? Fuck. I'm blanking out here. I gotta look it up. I gotta look it up in the booklet. It's fine. I could look it up in the shit, does it not say it? Bruce Kulick. It's one of the albums with him on guitar. I think it's the first one with him on the guitar too. And it shows because the whole album's solos and guitar work is fantastic. There's like 3 80s glam Kiss albums that I absolutely just love. First track, King of the Mountain. Favorite one off here, definitely. Any Way You Slice It, Who Wants to Be Lonely, Trial by Fire, I'm Alive. Just amazing hard guitar riffs on this album. Love's a Deadly Weapon, Tears Are Falling, Secretly Cruel, Radar for Love, and All Night. Fantastic. I'm blanking out. I'm really blanking out, and it's pissing me off, but... Number 7, Rock and Roll Over. It's that classic Kiss sound, but perfected. I Want You. It's one of my favorites. Start out an album. Take Me. Calling Dr. Love. The classic Gene Simmons song, Calling Dr. Love. Ladies' Room. Baby Driver. Love 'Em and Leave 'Em. Mr. Speed. Dr. Love and Mr. Speed are like my 2 favorite ones off here. See You in Your Dreams, Hard Luck Woman, and Making Love. It's the one that followed Destroyer the same year as Destroyer, and they were both fantastic. All the Kiss albums are fantastic. What am I saying? All of them are good. I like every single one of them. Number 6, Creatures of the Night, or what I would say would be the album Kiss broke into like almost heavy metal, but not quite. Creatures of the Night, that title track is awesome. Saint and Sinner, Keep Me Coming, Rock and Roll Hell, Danger, I Love It Loud. That song has a nice rhythm to it. I Still Love You, Killer, and War Machine. And a heavy Kiss album. Heavy album. Yeah. Ace Frehley appears on the cover, but Ace Frehley did not play on the record. Which then there was a whole bunch of session musicians that came in and did that album. And I can say that they did a good job. Here's top 5, the top 5 albums, the ones that I've listened to on repeat tons of times. Number 5, Animalize, 1984, the 3 trilogy of 80s Kiss glam albums that came out that were complete ass kickers of the 80s of glam albums. I've had enough. Into the Fire, fantastic song, ripping song to start out with. Heaven's on Fire, Burn Bitch Burn, Burn Bitch Burn, ooh, love that song. Get All You Can Take, Lonely as the Hunter, Under the Gun, Thrills in the Night, probably the best one on there, While the City Sleeps, and Murder in High Heels. The only one they did with St. John on guitar. And my top five, my number 5 Kiss, 5th favorite Kiss album, blanking out again. Number 4, no shock that this one's here, the original self-titled Kiss album from '74. Songs like Strutter, Nothing to Lose, Firehouse, Cold Gin, Let Me Know, Kissin' Time, Deuce, Love Theme from Kiss, 100,000 Years, and Black Diamond. All the songs are just as good as the last ones. I really couldn't decide between this one and number 3, but I went with this one at number 4. Well, because number 3 is just packed to the brim with good stuff, and you probably already know what the first 3 are. But what are they in order? Number 3, and this is where you guys kill me in the comment section. Destroyers. They're Destroyer. I could say this one was my favorite for a while. It definitely, because I've been listening to these other 2 on repeat for like the last almost year, and I never get tired of them. Detroit Rock City to start the album. What an amazing start to just that sound of the driving down the highway or whatever, and then going into Detroit Rock City. King of the Nighttime World, God of Thunder, Great Expectations, Flaming Youth, Sweet Pain, Shout It Out Loud, Beth, and Do You Love Me. Fantastic songs on this album. Every time you go and see anybody do like a Kiss show or tribute or anything, they always play a lot off that album, and really none off these next 2. Number 2, Unmasked. I thought it was going to be my favorite, but well, I like the other one that's like almost a fucking Painkiller album. It's on the lines of Judas Priest Painkiller, but like glam. If you already know, it's part of those it's part of the 3 trilogy of ripping glam metal that Kiss did. Hot in the Shade would have been in there if it wasn't as long. Let's go through it. Is That You? Shandy. Shandy's probably my favorite Kiss song ever. Talk to Me. Naked City. What Makes the World Go Round. Tomorrow. Two Sides of the Coin. She's So European. Easy as It Seems. Torpedo Girl. And You're All That I Want. Nothing bad on this album. It's completely amazing all the way through. And yeah, it almost got the best one, but it just came up a little bit short on. And a lot of people hate on this album, saying it was more commercial sounding, and it just conveyed a different attitude. It just conveyed like a more musician-based structure. And number 1, my favorite Kiss album, Crazy Nights. I know a lot of people hate on this album, but the Kulik guitar solos and dive bombs and all the other stuff that he does on this album, like some of the structures and the rhythms are almost, it's along the lines of like Dawkins and that kind of stuff. And yeah, in my opinion, it's just the more superior album than all the other Kiss albums. It's my favorite Kiss album. I listen to it more often. And yeah, Crazy Crazy Nights, the song is, a lot of people think it's a little bit cheesy, the song. It's more pop structured. It definitely has that more pop sound to that song, but it's still amazing. I'll Fight Hell to Hold You, Bang Bang You, still a great song. No No No, Hell or High Water, My Way, When Your Walls Come Down, Reason to Live, Good Girl Gone Bad, Turn on the Night, Thief in the Night. Number 8, Reason to Live. That It's an amazing song. It's like I think it's a ballad. It's a ballad with a really good guitar solo. It's just it's my favorite Kiss album. I have my reasons for it. My reasons is the guitar work is more superior to all the other. They have harder riffs on the album, and the soloing is better. The guitar solo, a lot of good guitar solos on the album, and I like hearing guitar solos. So that's why Crazy Nights at number one. Production quality, the guitar tone, everything is just balls to the walls craziness. So that's what I thought of Kiss. Leave your ranking in the comments section. Yeah, there's no really wrong answer. I like the 70s stuff. I enjoy the 70s stuff. I absolutely love Alive 1 and Alive 2. They're both great live albums. I just love those. I'm not going to put them on the list because... So, leave how you rank Kiss in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next video.